excited about their latest honor in Jackson Magazine, Best of Jackson, the award for Best Jackson County Festival, Bright Walls, Jackie Austin and Sean Palmer. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
And Jackie actually, she had better odds of winning this award than anyone else because
Pretty much.
she's involved in Hot Air Jubilee, Bright Walls. Is there one?
I'm not, I don't help with Art, Beer, and Wine except for I volunteer there.
Yeah, there
so,
you go.
but
So you would have been happy if
any of them could have won.
But wow, congratulations! And I have to agree with the voters. I think that Bright Walls, it's unbelievable.
There you go. There you go.
I'm a little partial myself, but it's an honor, especially being up against festivals that have been running for longer than I can remember. Even as a kid, the Hot Air Jubilee we always went to it. Art, Beer, and Wine, I'm not quite sure when that started, but very good contender as well. And they all have an element of art to them to show you what Jackson and what makes a good festival. It's to have that element of art and culture involved. So.
I think 10, 15 years ago, Jackson Magazine would have been hard pressed to even have this as a category.
Yeah.
Well, now we got so many festivals, you don't know what to do with yourself. So, yeah, I always laugh. The weekend of the Hot Air Jubilee is also Gus Macker, and luckily our timings work out, so you can go to both. But if I had to choose, I don't know.
The festival's over, but it continues to live because it's permanent.
Yeah, you get to still come down and enjoy the murals, and it's really a lasting thing. So it was a short-term project. It's always been a short-term project for us, but we knew it would last for years to come, and we still have lots of stuff to do.
That's what everyone wonders. What is the next thing?
Well, we don't really know exactly on the big front. I've got some stuff going on this weekend that might answer some of those questions, but that's okay. But we are looking at doing
something's happening this weekend.
We're having a meeting about.
Oh, you're going to meet about it.
Yeah, about kind of what the next thing is. We've got some ideas, but we're going to try to formulate some of those and maybe make some announcements at some point.
Everyone prefers to go to the festival itself and not the meeting about the festival.
Right, exactly.
There's no Best of Meeting of Festival award on the Jackson Magazine.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. That'll be really fun. So.
Sean worked on the team every year, plus right now is you're president of Jackson Young Professionals. Yeah. So do you feel pressure because you've hinted all along throughout Bright Walls that, when this is done, you never know what's up our sleeve.
It's certainly a daunting task to say that, to come off this amazing festival that had so many great minds involved, to say, we're going to do something just as great next. Not to say that we're not going to live up to it, but we have a big footprint to fill. But I think that encourages our team so much more because we have that footprint to fill.
Well, you've got that experience. You know how to do it.
Yeah. I think we've got a good foundation for doing something that's cool. It's just coming up with those ideas. So.
Well, and doing it with the Jackson Young Professionals gives those young professionals a voice in Jackson as to what that festival is going to be, which is a little different from your normal board in Jackson. You don't see as many younger people serving on, like the Hot Air Jubilee. I'm not sure what that looks like, or maybe some of these other festival planning committees, but ours is almost entirely made of what the younger generation wants to see.
Here we have some photos from the awards event at Ellis Sharp Museum.
Yeah, it was really nice. We were excited. About 2/3 of our board or our team was able to make it there. So we took up the Bright Walls table plus half of the Hot Air Jubilee's table. So it was really nice to have everybody together again. Actually, we hadn't been together in a while. So.
And you've really developed, of course, you're all on the Jackson Young Professionals, but you'll always have this as something that was part of your lives together.
Yes, it's definitely, the Bright Walls team is definitely a family, and we keep in touch with what's going on in our lives and the babies that have come along and the friendships and the families and all of that stuff. So
Sean knows his life, his wife, and his baby to Bright Walls.
To something, yeah.
He does. So
It did introduce people. New babies were born, people
Yeah.
got married and engaged, all
Yeah.
part of the Bright Walls team.
So this picture here is the Jackson Young Professionals' most recent venture. We call it Supper Club. We started it as another touch point for the Jackson Young Professionals to get together and network. And it's on the 8th day of every month we have been getting together to meet for dinner at a place that's voted on by our members.
Yeah, so we were at Roadhouse last night, which was really fun. And it was technically our first one.
Oh.
Our first, Sean made it sound like we've been doing this for a while, but it was the first one. So that was fun. But I think one of the things that JYP is doing right now is we're getting built back up. We had COVID hit us really hard. And so Bright Walls kind of sustained us through that. And now we've gotten a chance to bring back some of the stuff that we were doing before and new ideas. So Supper Club is one. We're looking at bringing back our bus tour that we were doing prior to.
Yes,
I
we're
think
looking
I was
very
on the
excited.
bus tour once.
You might have been, yeah.
I was a tour guide.
I think that I
Yeah.
vaguely remember
I
that.
gotta say, I went on the bus tour very early on in my JYP career and loved every bit of it. I mean, the different places I found out about Jackson, like what was it, the RC airplane field that we
Oh,
went to
yeah.
one year?
Yep.
I didn't know we had an RC airplane field.
We do.
So
Yeah, it's. I always like introducing people to new places, which is one of the things I love about JYP. Our large group meetings every month are at a different location. We're going on. I don't even know how many locations, but we've
Over
never
100.
Yeah, we've never
Yeah.
repeated a location in all these years.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how many places there are to go. Yeah. So
Some of the people attending the last Bright Walls.
yeah, that looks like a school.
School
Because I
trips.
recognized one of the teachers.
we had, that was likely on the Friday, which was the educational day. We
Yeah.
had all the schools bus down to the event. So I think that really made it a big hit too, because all the kids got involved that day. I mean, you couldn't walk around without feeling like you were in
You know what I think is funny is the teachers, we still get messages from the teachers that they're using it as part of their curriculum. So it's fun that it's lasting on in the schools as well, and students are learning about art because of what we were able to do.
More windows have been cut into that
Oh, have they
wall.
been cut in now? We knew
Yeah.
they were going to be, so that mural was specifically chosen so that could happen. Yeah, so I'll have to go look. I haven't seen the new windows though.
How many people are members of Jackson Young Professionals?
We have over 75 and growing now.
Wow.
It was over 100 when we first started, kind of fell back down for the pandemic. And then actually lately we've been getting quite a good influx of new members. Not just old returning members either, like totally new to Jackson.
That's great. And that was, I think one of your biggest accomplishments, this sustainability of the organization. And Jackie, we've talked about this before. There have
Yeah.
been other attempts at having this type of a group, and they, lasted for a year or two, but
Yeah.
fizzled away.
Right.
It helps when you have a mural festival to support, support membership.
Well, I think it was, there were like a lot of things came together when JYP started and had the right people to set up a good foundation for the group that's there now, and it's just continuing. So I think that's great.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to join, you've got an open meeting, I think, every month.
Yeah, the third Thursday of every month. So next week.
Yeah, next week
Thursday.
we are going to Production Realty, the new building downtown he was just a Chamber Award winner for the Brick Award.
And how many awards has Jackson Young Professionals and Bright Walls won?
3 or 4,
Yeah.
I think.
The Omotanashi Award.
Yeah.
We won the MLK, was that the
Yeah, the diversity
Diversity
award.
Award?
This one. That might be it.
Those are the main three that I remember.
I think what we're most proud of is that Jackson is getting recognized across the nation. So we've shown up in a lot of newspapers and a lot of here's a place to visit, lists.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
That's what we really like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think a lot of us just don't realize the impact it's having outside of here because we don't see it. But there definitely is a lot of people taking notice of Jackson.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was an honor to be named Best Festival of Jackson, and we don't take it lightly. So
Right.
we're gonna see what's next.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Great to have you here, and congratulations.
Thank you.
From the winning Best of Jackson Award for Best Jackson County Event, Jackie Austin and Sean Palmer. We've got